Hi, my name is Jasmine Jones, and I am an analyst with Hyphen Solutions, and I work on the Bricks execution team. I've been with Hyphen Solutions for 3 years, and I have been working in the software industry for 5 years. Since beginning my tenure with Hyphen Solutions, I found immense pleasure in solving business problems. Prior to transitioning into the software industry, I served in the United States Army, where I acquired extensive knowledge in quality assurance and control, operational reports, and personnel accountability and management. I've had the opportunity to attend Savvy Coder's data analytics and Python bootcamp to further develop my technical expertise. Throughout the duration of the bootcamp, the overall requirements consistently changed. Thus, using Agile and Scrum methods became a great benefit for both team collaborations and completing individual tasks. Each homework assignment was easily completed and presented with a clear understanding of each sprint fundamentals. Upon completion of this bootcamp, I'll have grown with essential skills to continue serving senior leadership and clients with solving business problems by use of data visualization. My capstone today is identifying and reducing customer attrition rates using Python, SQL, Excel, and Tableau. This case study explores and examines customers leaving a banking institution. As a part of my analysis, I will explore the products offered, transaction statistics, and consumer demographics to answer the following question. What factors and qualities contribute to customers leaving a service, and what strategies could help increase customer retention and satisfaction? I ingested my data set using Pandas library in Python to read my CVS file, and I printed the number of rows and columns within my data frame. I used the shape attribute to retrieve a tulip representing the dimensions of the data, and as a result, the output returned the data set consisting of a little over 10,000 customers and their detailed information such as age, income bracket, marital status, credit limit, and products utilized within the Banking Institute. After reviewing my data set, I began to clean my data. I used several operations to clean and review the data. The load memory equals false parameter is used to disable the memory optimization since my data set was so large. I used Python pandas drop method to remove irrelevant columns in addition to an axis parameter that specified the exact columns I wanted to remove. I used the shape attribute again to calculate the total amount of new rows and columns. And lastly, I use pandas is null combined with the conditional if-else statement to search for missing values. For my exploratory data analysis, or EDA, I covered a range of tasks, including descriptive statistics, value counts, churn predictions, data transformation, analysis using if statements, and visualizations using box plot, histograms, and line plots. Using descriptive statistics, I calculated and printed the mean, min, and max values for customer ages. Then I used value counts to sum the total number of transactions by gender, where female count showed slightly higher. Next, I totaled the count of both churn and existing customers. By calculating the count of the total number of all customers within the attrition column of the data frame, I was able to show the churn count is less than the existing number count. I used data transformation to modify the data displayed by dividing the total transaction amount over 12 months by total count. As a result, I created and analyzed the average transaction amount customers spend on the purchase. In other sections of my EDA, I use dictionaries to represent data and calculate specific statistics based on conditions using if statements. Then I generated gender and transaction count data and plotted a box plot generated credit limit data, and plotted a histogram, and plotted mean and median lines, all using matplotlib. I imported my clean data into SQL, where I used 3 queries to format values to currency and percentages. First, I queried the entire data set to review and display all columns and rows. Next, I queried specific columns from the table, and it formatted the values using the printf function and the as keyword to rename the formatted columns. For example, I formatted the credit limit column as a currency with 2 decimal places and renamed it as credit limit. Last, I used the update statement to effectively change the data type and appearance of the specified columns. Once my values were formatted correctly, I saved my data set again, and then I moved on to Tableau, where I first began to analyze all customers and category groups. Here, I discovered that I used income bracket, highest education, marital status, type of card, and customer age. And what I found is the disparity in females to male customers holding a platinum credit card and belonging to the age group of 50 to 55 differs greatly and can be attributed to the limited number of customers within these specific groups. The small sample size in this category contributes to the studied difference in the overall average. To further analyze customers, both churn and existing, we can conclude there isn't a difference between customers by age and gender. Churned customers are almost equally distributed across all categories. Most customers are in their 40s, and our largest bracket is female customers who earn less than $40K annually. After comparing all customers by age, gender, and income bracket, I wanted to compare the average credit limit by marital status, income bracket, and highest education for both males and females on average, females received a much lower credit limit than males. And the biggest contributing factor is most likely due to those wages. Not one female within the data set earned over $60K annually, regardless of marital status. On the other hand, we can see that both male and female are equally educated. But in comparison to females in general, males are represented as earning higher salaries. The longest relationship at this particular banking institute seems to be a male with a postgraduate education around 4 years that has an average credit limit of around 34,516, with an average of about 4 relationships within the institute. Upon comparing utilization rates to average revolving balance and average transaction counts, we can see that churned customers had a much lower utilization rate with a higher revolving balance, which means they relied heavily on borrowing, and could also explain why those customers decided to discontinue service. In conclusion, for those customers who discontinue service within the Institute, the organization could develop a campaign to target this audience with specific promotions such as loyalty points and cashback rewards. On the other hand, females were underrepresented more than males were. By focusing on retaining established customers, we could further investigate females earning less than 40K annually to create personalized services such as financial education and credit counseling. Or we could isolate males earning over 60K annually and compare them to males earning less than 60K annually and develop campaigns to better understand what will keep them spending or bring them back. This concludes my presentation. I'd like to thank Savvy Coders for accepting me into the bootcamp. I've learned a lot of new skills that will easily translate into my current position. And now I have a clear path forward with my personal and professional development. Thanks.